Hey guys, Wondering Shell here, and once again we're going to be doing another Marvel United character, and this time it's going to be Iron Man. He seems simple enough, right? Well, actually, he was. He was very simple. He is basically two colors, red and gold. So I started with red, because that's the majority of him is red. And as you notice, my video is actually working correctly compared to last time with Captain America. Go figure. So now I'm working on all the red parts of Iron Man, which takes a long time because he has a lot of red parts. Actually, majority of him has the red. It's very surprising actually how much red he actually has while I was painting this. So you're probably looking at this and is like, that's not red, that's orange. Believe me, it's red. So I'm literally trying to make sure I didn't get to any of the spots that could have been gold or yellow, but I couldn't tell. So after a while, you'll notice I just kind of went whatever. Because I'm trying to get closer, I'm trying to see underneath him. I'm trying to get it as much as I can in the red. And this goes on for a while now. If I sped this up even more, it would be like a split second. That's how much red he has. It's just everywhere. I was hoping he had like different colors and stuff, but I guess not. So, all the redded as much as I can. I hope you guys are actually enjoying these videos as much as I am actually, other than Captain America's one, which my computer doesn't want to function correctly. But other than that, everything else has been doing great. I love painting these guys, and I love painting models like him and a few others. I've done Super Dungeon Explorer ones, and also the new Batman game. Let's see. I also did the other Marvel games and stuff that's out there right now. So I know how to paint. If you want, comment below after I'm done with these, with all my Marvel United main characters. Comment below of what next game I should do. Can't believe how much red he has. This is going on for a while now. So before I started painting Iron Man, I was actually debating of doing Ant-Man or even Hulk. Um, well, Ant-Man, I wanted to wait until the next one because actually I wanted to have him at the end because of I started with Wasp. So I thought maybe end with Ant-Man. Kind of a cute little mix. Also, since I did Captain America before, might as well do Iron Man. Civil War reference. If you guys know what movie I'm talking about. Civil War. Alright, so I started painting some black on him to get it some more depth. Just because if I didn't do it, it would just be red and gold. So I added some black to give it some depth, some dimension to his armor. And I didn't get all of it because honestly when the strong tone comes in, it'll fill in those gaps, especially the tiny gaps, so you wouldn't even know I did this. Next is the gold or yellow. I chose gold to give it a little bit more shine. I should have mixed metallic with the red to make even the armor itself more metally, but oops. When you guys do it that way. See how it turns out. You can mix a metallic paint, could be gunmetal or silver, mixed with the red, and you might have a whole completely different look of Iron Man, maybe even a better one than what I'm doing. So he really didn't have much gold, and I'm going through it fast I can, finding all the gold pieces. I even off to the side have a reference picture of the game from the game, just to see where the gold or any places I missed. Sorry about the angles, guys. I'm trying to think of different angles, different ways of doing this while able to paint that at the same time. Speaking of painting, I kind of went over sections in red and the gold and stuff. Try to give it a little bit cleaner look. Just double checking, make sure I didn't miss anywhere, or I have to clean up somewhere. Always double check everything when you're doing your models. Now I start using like a very light blue, it's called electric blue, to do the eyes, his electric chest, the hand, and you'll notice what's gonna happen. I started doing the cloud, the smoke. I've noticed when I researched, a lot of people did like the dark cloud and like reds and yellows and more fiery, but he really doesn't produce like a fire look when he shoots out like that. And especially in the movies and some of the comics and stuff, it's like a white smoke, never really a fire. So I thought I'd go with that to get that look of it. Obviously, it's not white smoke because I'm painting it blue. This is an interesting little tip that I thought would be very interesting. To get that deep color that you want, paint it in that darker color, which will be this blue. Then, when you're doing the tones, use a blue tone. It'll make this blue even darker blue, especially in the crevices. You see there's a lot of crevices. And then the next step after doing that would be the dry brushing in the white for all the raised locations. Obviously you'll see it in this video to get a better idea what I'm talking about. So I'm making sure everything is all good, and I know it looks so weird just seeing it as blue, but it's kind of cool looking as blue as is. So now I noticed there was like dirt spots on the ground, so I used a dark brown to get those areas. And it's good to do that too because you can contrast with the light blue, make that blue pop even more. Since the gravel is not really the focal point, Iron Man is, but at the same time that blue is also. It just seemed so weird to me that Iron Man was in an angle compared to everybody else. So he kind of threw me off because when I put him down, I thought he was going to tip over, but he stayed there. I think it's because of where the center of gravity is. Anyway, so this is the part where I start using the blue tone on the smoke cloud. If you notice, all the little crevice is getting darker because that's where the tone is. And then when I start doing the dry brushing, you'll see it. When I dry brush with the white, you'll start seeing it change. You'll still have that dark tone in there, but you'll have that white kind of pop even more. Obviously, you don't have to, but I usually tone the whole thing. This is my actually first time using a colored tone like this. It was new to me, but at the same time, it worked. Because I was thinking just to make the whole thing as a strong tone, but the smoke cloud doesn't need it. It really needed that blue. So this is the part where I'm doing now, the strong tone on Iron Man. And all of it. And what's really cool about his thing, there's so many nooks and crannies from the armor that this dark tone or the strong tone really shows. It shows all the different detailing that this miniature has. So while you're painting, don't just assume that, this is a boring figure. It's in the detailing. The people who make these models know what they're doing. So, sorry about the angles, guys. Still really trying to learn how to do this right. After how many episodes in? But I am getting better. So, I ran out of strong tone, so I added a little bit more. I could get his head. And you can see how much detailing this Iron Man has after I put the strong tone on him. So making sure I got everywhere, double checking. I accidentally put some of that strong tone in the eye cavity, so I wanted to try to get rid of it. Now I'm doing the strong tone on the gravel to make it even darker. And of course, during the highlights, I'm going to highlight each individual piece of gravel. Yay me. Speaking of highlights, here we go. So now I'm kind of highlighting, but revealing that blue that was supposed to be for his chest and his hand. Because it's supposed to be a bright color. I'm also adding kind of a dry brush of like a glow effect give it more of a dimensional feel, and then refilling those holes for his eyes. Then for his chest, I started putting a little bit of dot of white because it's not always pure blue. It does have a light source. So I kind of gave it that look to it. You don't have to do it that way. You could even be more detailed by having that white and even a lighter blue with it to make that more of a dimensional. But he's such a small little character, having that much of a detail in that small section, I didn't think it was worth it. So I left it just as a white dot or a white mark to make it more dimensional. So now I'm going over the gold, and just where all the raised parts of it is. And especially, on his thigh and his elbow and all that. Or not his elbow, whatever that is, his arm. Especially where it's more visible, where it's raised. Double checking everything. And always take your time when you're painting. And double check. See, maybe you missed a spot. This is supposed to be fun, not a job. So now I'm going over more of the white, get that more of a glow effect with the white. Because I did some of it with the light blue, but I didn't think it was enough, so I added some of the white. Kind of like a white glow effect. And you can do that with a lot of glow effects, like when I did the Star Wars characters, especially the ones with the lightsabers. I had so much fun doing the dry brushing of the glow effect of the lightsabers. So now I'm going over with some red, kind of have those colors, have that red pop more, especially on the top of his head and the top of his shoulder pads and stuff. I know after dry brushing him, after doing the strong tone on him, it's kind of silly going over like that. But it really shows, there's parts of it that's raised, that has a glow. And thinking about it now, I should have made a glow effect for his legs when he was shooting off like that. But I digress. So I'm just kind of adjusting the camera so you can see a little bit better, because here's the fun part that I'm not showing. I took a little bit of paint, wiped majority of it off on your paper, on your paper towel, and just go back and forth lightly just to get the raised areas, the parts of it that's raised. And you can start seeing, look how much more dimensional that is. Having the blue tone and the white highlight, it makes it very impactful. And you can do this even as not just like a smoke like this, or you could do it if the character is ice, you can have an ice effect like this. It's the same method. If you wanted a darker blue, just use a strong tone or a dark tone instead of doing a blue tone. Also, while you're doing this, make sure the tips of that flume is pure white, because the darker's in the center while the lighter is out more. Just kind of a little tidbit on that. So you notice quickly that I took some paint took some of that paint off with my paper towel and just started dry brushing. And I'm very good at dry brushing. At least I think I am. Let me know in the comments below if this is actually pretty cool and good to know. So that's pretty much it. That is Iron Man. Thank you for watching, and please give a like, subscribe. Never mind. I guess I forgot I had to do the gravel, and I remember saying that earlier. So I tried doing a little bit of a dry brushing with this part of it. I guess it didn't do so well, so I went back and just individual paint each little rock with a lighter brown. And stay tuned for a little bit longer because you're going to see something completely different, something brand new that I thought I'll try out. You'll see at the end. And please let me know if that's actually a really good idea or you just want to just leave it as is. Let me know in the comments below. I think that's going to be officially it. Please. Yep, that's me just checking, make sure I did a good job. And of course, I'm gonna do some gloss varnishing just to keep him so his paint doesn't run off if I use him in the game and stuff. And of course, having that blue rim at the bottom to make sure that everybody knows in the game that he's a hero, not a villain. Double checking everything. And please like, comment, and subscribe for more of painting. Thank you guys. See you soon.